Today we're going to talk a little bit about the subject of tear out when you're using a hand plane. It can be very frustrating, and if you just follow a couple of simple rules, you can reduce most of your problem. Here I have a piece of cherry, and I'm going to be using a number 4 plane to begin with, which is a standard smoothing plane. And what I'm trying to do is smooth the edge of this board. And when I look at the grain pattern on the edge of this board, I notice that the grain is tending to go up as I move left to right. So the grain pattern is like this. So think of this as a bunch of straws pointing up in this direction. So the edge of the straw is coming up like this. If you go across it like this, it'll tend to push the straw down and take a nice smooth cut. If, on the other hand, you come this direction, you're coming against the end of the straw and you tend to lift them up. And the result of that is that you get this uneven texture, which we don't want. So what we have to do is decide which direction, based on the wood grain, to plane. And in this case, we're going to plane from here down to here so that we're going against the tops and pushing them down. If I went the other way, I'd be doing this. Okay. So you can see that that's nice and smooth and I don't have a problem. Another thing you can do to reduce tear out is move to a low angle plane. I happen to have a low angle block plane here, and this simply, low angle means that this plain blade, plain iron, is at a low angle compared to this steeper angle on the smoother. And if you use this kind of a plane, it is better at reducing tear out than a higher angle. So what you really need to do is read the grain. If you can't see the grain, if you can't see any pattern in the grain, then you're probably okay either direction. But if, like on this wood, you have the grain coming up one direction, you need to keep that in mind and plane accordingly. So, if you liked what you saw, please hit the like button, and we encourage you to subscribe to get notified of future content.